La 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 la
I'm
la
Camille
la
Who
la
Armstrong,
la
also
la
known as
la
the
la
Performing Arts
la
Renaissance Woman. For
la
over 40
la
years,
la
I've lived and
la
breathed
la
creativity
la
as a
la
performer, educator, consultant, and coach. I've had the honor of guiding students, mentoring parents, and raising children of my own, all while building a life rooted in purpose, passion, and love. Whether I'm in a classroom, on a stage, or behind the scenes, my heart has always been for the next generation. And I believe it all begins at home with the people who raise them. This series is for you. Whether you're expecting, learning as you go, or parenting for the second or even third time around, I'm here to share the insights, tools, and real talk I've gathered over 4 decades of hands on experience. Welcome to Camille Who, the Child's Whisperer. I'm so glad you're here. I hope that what I share supports you, challenges you, and empowers you on your wild journey of parenting. Hey, Camille Who here. Today we're going to talk about crying. Why do babies cry? Well, it's their only means of communication. They tell you when they're hungry, they tell you when they are uncomfortable, they tell you when there's poop in the diaper, but also it is a way of expression. And it's also a very prominent and necessary part of early childhood development. So the brain of a child needs them crying. Now, there are the exceptional times where they're colicky, right? Or they have the really gassy, or just something is actually wrong. Maybe they're sick, or they have a fever. Like those are moments where they just need the extra hugs and cuddles, and they need something different. Babies need to cry. You actually need to let them cry. There's something that they are learning. There's something that they're processing. Their brains are processing crying. It's a necessary part of their early childhood development. It's essential for them to develop. Um, it gives them, it exercises their lungs. It helps with emotional and vocal expression. Understanding this and having this knowledge, I hope it lets you know that when your child cries, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Some parents, a lot of parents, they believe that they have to shush their child. Shush means don't cry. But crying is necessary. Crying has to happen. They have to express themselves. They have to communicate with you. It doesn't necessarily mean, because I've also heard parents, heard of parents just feeling, or heard parents have spoken to parents, and they've told me that they feel like if their child is crying, that means it's something that they're doing wrong, which is really, oh God, it's not a good way to raise your child, because anytime they squeak and anytime they squeal and anytime they complain, you're going to be jumping through hoops to try to make them happy, and that is a recipe for disaster. You are going to be doing that for the rest of your life or the rest of their life. So crying is good. Crying is good. Sometimes it's tough. And I will be talking about a certain time in their early childhood development or our early childhood development, that crying is actually, it's really tough. But I'll talk about that a little bit later. In this case, I'm really just giving you the basics on like what, that crying is necessary, what's the purpose of crying, and that it's not always a bad thing. It's not that you're always doing something bad or you haven't gotten something right, and that's the reason why your child is crying. Sometimes your child is actually just discovering their own voice, and that's the only voice that they have. It's not until maybe 2-3 months old when your baby starts to actually go, ah, and then they realize that comes from their body, and then it becomes this, they're like, ah, and they're working so hard because they're like, what did I do to do that sound? And so they start, they're squeezing and working their bodies and trying to just get a simple coo out until they learn to control that coo, and then it sounds, and then they're learning new sounds like that. It's like one of the most fun sounds a baby can learn. That tends to be first words, da. When you think it's da, sometimes it really is just the sound, da. It's like probably one of the sweetest sounds that I can hear echoing through a library or echoing through a supermarket when a child has discovered the sound da. So much fun. Think about it. You try it. See how fun it is? Da. And then they go da. I love it. It's music to my ears. You see the reason why this is what I need to be doing? Knowing that kind of takes the pressure off of a parent. Now, and I get it, like when you're in the first, infancy stages, you are your everything to your child. You have to get everything. You have to change their diaper. You have to make sure they're comfortable. You have to bend over backwards to make sure that they are comfortable and safe and happy. I get that. Then there's the time where you can reevaluate. Do they need me as much to make sure everything is okay? Not necessarily. And they need less and less and less of your urgency, or your super over carefulness. I'm not saying to be careless or to not just take your time getting to your child, but what I'm saying is as they start to get skills, they start to learn certain skills, they need you less to, say, get them something to play with, or when they start to learn how to hold a bottle, they don't need you to hold the bottle anymore. So there are times where you stop, you look, and you evaluate where your child is. Do they need you to do this, that, and the other? And you make the adjustment and train yourself out of it. So otherwise, I mean, a child who cries, and then, a parent who just feels bad that their child is crying, so they try to shush their child, or they try to, like, is it this, what can make you happy? That will lead to tantrums. You ever wonder why you see a child flipping out at the supermarket? You ever see why a child is flipping out somewhere where they need to be quiet? Because more than likely that parent or those parents or that grandparent has bent over backwards and has not stopped bending over backwards to give that child what they want. And that's just not necessary. You just end up doing it. It's a trap. It's a trap both for the caretaker and the child, because then the child, it doesn't know how to self-soothe. There's that term again. But to self-soothe, they can figure it out as they start to be able to grab things and hold things and put things in their mouths and, things like that. They learn to self-soothe. But if you're training them to think that every time they cry, you're going to get them what they want. You're going to, be frantically looking to make them happy again. That becomes a training, and then they start to take advantage of it. Unfortunately, we as humans, we learn how to do the bad things first, and it's harder for us to do the right thing. So doing the right thing actually has to be taught to us, we have to be trained to do the right thing. And that training comes from what our parents do, how our parents handle when, something as simple as a baby crying. When you start, when a baby is in their infant stages, you can actually learn what different kinds of cries they have. Some cries are, I'm kind of waking up. Some cries are, I'm tired. Some cries are, I pooped. Some cries are, I am hungry. There are specific, and I think mom's ears tend to be a lot more in tune to the kinds of cries that their baby has. But this is, dads can be in tune with that as well. I just know, as a mom, I think moms tend to be around the baby a lot more often than dads, so they sort of learn that cry language a little bit quicker, a little bit sooner. Dads also can learn this language. And once you decipher what kinds of cries it is, then you're no longer running around frantically trying to find out how to make the child happy again. You're just, hungry. You look at the time, you realize, oh, right, it is 3 hours since the last feeding. They're just hungry. And they can cry until you get the bottle ready. They can cry. It's okay. You don't have to hold them while you're getting the bottle ready, because now you're putting both of you at risk of hurt. Dropping the baby, dropping the bottle. Just, that is like, let them cry. Let them cry. And if they're tired and they're crying, then they're wearing themselves out. So when they do get the bottle, and they do get the 3 books, and they do get the lights off, they're going to sleep so lovely because they have worn themselves out physically. They're not dying. They're just crying. And it's a kind of exercise. There are benefits to it, many, many benefits to it. You could look it up. I'm just giving you the Camille Who version of what crying is, what crying does, why it's necessary, and when it's okay to really cater to, and when it's not okay. Say you're giving them a bath and they're crying. Okay, that's okay. That's actually okay, because they're getting excited and their arms are going and their voices are going and they're crying, but what's on the other side of it. See, that you're going to get them dressed. That you're going to give them a bottle. That you're going to give them, that it's going to be wind down time after this. So that there's promised land after that. They can let them go ahead and cry and get tired, even more tired, because they will sleep so nicely in dreamland after you give them that bottle, after you read you give them the bottle, you read the books. Night night. They're going to sleep so soundly because you just let them cry. I've seen many parents can't even get through a bath time and a bedtime because they think that every time their child cries, they have to pick them up. But now your hands aren't free, and now you can't get the clothes. Now your hands aren't free, you can't get the books, you can't get the bottle ready, you can't get the, no, let them cry. You know how long it's going to take. It's going to take you about 5 minutes to get it all together. 7 minutes maybe at most to get it all together, so that that they'll be fine. Even doctors will tell you 15 minutes. If it's 15 minutes and they're still crying, then check on them, check and see, okay, does it look like pain? Does it look like, but 15 minutes is safe. So you know it's going to take you about 7 minutes to warm up the bottle, get the clothes ready, get the stuff, get the towel, whatever you need to do, run the bath, get that all ready. You know what's on the other side of it. Bath time. After bath time, there's going to be a bottle coming. You know the belly's going to be full. You know that you'll be able to read the story. You'll wind them down. Music starts. You turn off the light. Night, dear. And it's over. Don't be afraid to hear a child cry. They'll be okay. They'll be okay. In fact, they're just getting stronger, really, is what's happening. Sometimes crying is rebellion. And I'm talking about with, this is a child who can sit up, they can crawl, they can get things, and say they grab something that's dangerous, and you go, thank you. You just take it from them instead of, don't touch this. It's, overcomplicating, right? Overcomplicated language. Just, thank you. I'll give you something else to play with. Here's this. Thank you. Here's this. Thank you. Here's this. Simplified language. They start crying. That's called rebellion. You didn't do anything wrong. You only kept them from hurting themselves. And so it's one of those things that, honey, I can't let you play with something sharp. I know you're not happy with me right now. But look, how many times as adults something didn't work out for us, and we got upset about it. To an infant, to a walker, or to a crawler, they don't know how to express the way that we do. They're physically and vocally going to express rebellion or express, I don't like this. Yes, as adults, we're like, oh, that didn't work out. And that's not cool, and we know how to poise ourselves. We know how to behave in a certain way, but we know that we don't like what just happened. That's just their way. Sometimes they want to play with something. Sometimes they know they're not supposed to play with it. They're gonna play with it. You take it away, they're gonna kick and scream, and it's gonna be rebel. First, it's just expressing that they don't like what just happened. Okay, they wanted something and they couldn't have it. If they're used to you going, I'm sorry, okay, then that's going to be rebellion. And that kind of rebellion is going to turn into tantrums later. And you're going to be in a trap. So learn the different kinds of cries, because crying is necessary. It's essential for a child's development, and it is also a way for you to allow your child to express themselves. Later on, when they start talking, they start to express themselves. You're not shutting them down. You're not saying shush, 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 right? You're allowing them to speak. It's just early speaking. That's it for now. I'm Camille Who, and I am out of here. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. A heartfelt thank you to the generous supporters of the Books and Beyond campaign. This series wouldn't be possible without you. If you're a new or expecting parent, I created Better Parent, Better Future just for you. I empower first-time parents to embrace a positive mindset and navigate those early parenting years with confidence and joy. Click the link in the description to learn more or to find out how we can work together. Until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep leading with love.